Hello, students of class 12. Today we will talk about output method of national income accounting. We have already learned income method of national income accounting, expenditure method also been discussed. Now, in output method of national income accounting, first we have to be very clear about the concept of value of output. What is meant by value of output? Simply, value of output is the product of quantity produced and the price of the commodity. So, total sales receipts gives us an idea about the value of output. Total sales receipts is nothing but price into quantity produced. But the problem is that always entire output produced in the current year will not be sold. If entire output is sold, then total sales receipts is value of output. But entire output may not be sold. If entire output is not sold, then part of the unsold output will go to stock. And your stock will be changed. There will be a change in stock, positive change in stock. So in this case, total sales receipts is not equal to value of output. You have to consider the positive change in stock. Sometimes it may happen that your total sales receipts is more than the value of the current year's production. How is it possible? You have produced 100 units, your sales is 120. How is it possible? That means here your sales increased because you have sold from stock. So if you are selling from stock, your total sales receipts will increase, but total sales receipt is not reflecting current year's production. You have sold from stock, so your stock is declining. Change in stock is negative. So this is the significance of change in stock when you estimate value of output. For this reason, we always use this formula for value of output. VO means value of output is equal to sales plus change in stock. Change in stock means what? Closing stock minus opening stock. You start with certain amount of stock at the beginning of the year, that is your opening stock, and that stock may remain intact, may increase, may decrease at the end of the year. So stock, whatever stocks remains, that is called closing stock. So the value of output is equal to sales plus change in stock means closing stock minus opening stock. Now see this example. Here total sales is 100. Total sales receipt is 100. Now consider what is change in stock. Closing stock is 10. Opening stock is also 10. So change in stock is 0. That means there is no change in stock. The stock with which you started remains intact at the end of the session. So stock is not being used. There is no change in stock. In that case, change in stock is 0. Zero's change in stock means entire output has been sold. Here, total sales is equal to value of output because change in stock is 0. This is total sales 100, value of output is 100. So total sales receipts will be equal to value of output when change in stock is 0. You have nothing put into your stock, and also you are not selling nothing from your stock. Stock remains unchanged. Change in stock is 0. So total sales receipt is equal to value of output. Now suppose the closing stock is 20 and opening stock is 10. So here is a positive change in stock. 100 plus 10 is equal to 110. Here value of output is 110. That is not reflected by total sales receipts. Because entire output has not been sold. Some enter into the stock. This is why closing stock increased from 10 to 20. So 10 is the increase in stock. Why? Because there is some unsold part. 100 is not the total sales receipts. Some part of the produce enter into the stock. So the stock increased from 10 to 20. If closing stock is more, then the positive change in stock is 10. When you consider this change in stock, the part of the output which entered in the stock now taken into consideration. So 100 plus 10, 110 is the value of output. Value of output is more than total sales receipts when change in stock is positive. Because some unsold output was in the stock. You have to consider that which has entered into the stock. So change in stock is very important. So whenever change in stock is positive, you are 10, then total sales receipts is less than the value of output. To understand, to estimate the proper value of output, this change in stock must be taken into consideration. Total sales receipts is not value of output. Now consider opening stock was 20 and closing stock declined to 10. That means you are selling from stock. As a result, your sales has become 100, but this is not the current year's value of current year's production. Some part has come from earlier year's stock. Your initial stock was 20, now it has been reduced to 10. That means you are selling from stock. This is why these total sales receipts is not reflecting the value of output of the current year. So here, when change in stock is negative, 10 minus 20 is equal to minus 10. 90 is the value of output. Current year's production, value of the produce is 90. Value of output in current year is 90. But total sales receipt is 10. Why? Because you are selling from stock. So if you are selling from stock, then change in stock will be negative. If change in stock is negative, then always sales receipt is more than the value of output. So in a word, never consider total sales receipts is value of output, because total sales receipts may not indicate the total value of output if there is change in stock. So we consider change in stock to understand value of output. Now in time of national income accounting, value of output cannot be taken into consideration. It leads to the problem of double counting. Why? Value of output. Suppose you are the producer and this is the value of your output. Entire value has not been created by you. You had to purchase some inputs from other people, some other producer. That value has not been created by you. But that value is coming because it is a part of your cost of production and that is included in your value of output. So value of output, what you have produced, is not actually reflecting your entire creation of value. Some part of this value created by some other producers, these are the value of intermediary good. If you do not deduct the value of intermediary good, that will create the problem of double counting. So in output method is a challenge. If you are considering the value of output, only value of final goods should be taken into consideration. You cannot consider the value of intermediary good to avoid the problem of double counting. But how will you understand whether this commodity will be used as final good or as intermediary good? Milk is being sold in the market, someone is purchasing milk. How will you be sure whether it will be used for household purpose or it will be used for the preparation of sweets and will be sold in the market? Whether it is final good or intermediary good depends upon its use. So as because it is very difficult to mark what is final good and what is intermediary good, we see the alternative way. We always follow value added method. Value added means value of output minus the value of intermediate goods. Then the remaining part is the value created by the producer. If you deduct value of intermediary good, you will get the value created or the gross value added by the producer. So in every sector of the economy, primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, you first estimate the gross value added at market price in primary sector. GVAMP, gross value added at market price in P for primary sector. Also estimate the gross value added at market price in S for secondary sector. Also estimate the gross value added at market price in tertiary sector, T for tertiary sector. Divide economy into primary, secondary, tertiary sectors, and from every sector find out what is gross value added at market price. How do you estimate? Value of output in the sector minus value of intermediary goods. In this way, gross value added from every sector, when added, we get GDP at market price. So in output method, your first step is to find out GDP at market price, adding gross value added at market price from different sectors. Now if you are asked to calculate national income, by adjustment you will get it. This is the way of calculation of national income by output method. So first know what is value of output, what is gross value added. Output method means either follow the value of final goods only or consider value added. We always prefer to follow the value added method. This much today. Thank you all.